and welcome to Ghost Talk. My name is Angela Mitchell, and I'm your host. It's been said he has spent more than 25 years chasing after what most people run away from. He's the Swiss Army knife of the paranormal field. Let's welcome David Childers. Hi, David.
Hey, how's it going? I was just
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I was just actually sitting here trying to share it.
Thank you for being on the show tonight. So
Yeah,
I read when you were a kid, you were playing Crocodile Dundee and you saw an apparition. Can you share that story?
yes, we'll share it. Well, yeah, I was probably around 13 years old. Just got through watching Crocodile Dundee on TV. My dad was like, "Yeah, rented from Blockbuster." A lot of people don't remember Blockbuster, but yeah, there was such a thing. Well, I was in there watching it, and went outside, had shorts on, cut off shorts, snake skin boots, had like a little Bowie knife, man. I just cut out like wood. So I'm out there, and it's getting dark. And see, my grandmother's and grandfather's property that we lived on was Civil War battleground here in Vicksburg. I was out there playing around, and next thing you know, I just look over there at the wood line, and I saw a full body apparition of a Civil War soldier. I mean, it had the button, the coat, full beard, all that. I ran inside, told my dad, and of course, my dad didn't believe me. He was like, "No, you just seeing stuff. You've been watching too much TV, blah blah blah." He didn't believe it, and over the years of actually living there, he started believing about the paranormal existed. And it just went from there. I started researching, reading scary stories, this and that about spirits, and that pulled me into it, and not including the trailer being haunted and all the stuff that just happened there over the years. And yeah, it's been a passion ever since.
So that was your very first paranormal experience, was that day?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Mississippi Paranormal Research Institution.
Mississippi Paranormal Research Institute was created probably about about 6 years ago. It was created by Gene Hamill, and me and Gene. I was actually part of the team. Well, he created it as like one of the horror documentary of Osmo. And of course, he brought me in and did some acting there, being a paranormal investigator. He incorporated the paranormal aspect of it and the horror together, and it just went from there. And hey, it's been around ever since. And Gene actually he ended up he ended up starting something else, another team. And it was we both parted ways out of he wanted to go on a path, I went on a path, and it went from there. And Mississippi Paranormal Research Institute still staying strong.
Nice. So are you a Bigfoot and UFO hunter as well?
Bigfoot, yes, I've done it. Well, I've had experiences, and I've done it before. It's something I will do. I would not throw it out if I'm going to anything to get a adrenaline rush, Yeah. But I really would like to see, find out and get some more evidence if Bigfoot does exist. UFOs, I'm not really a UFO hunter, but I know, man, there's something else out there. It's got to be. Because of, this fucking universe is huge. Oh, I'm sorry, I said the F word. I didn't mean to cuss.
Okay.
but it's like it's huge. So there's something else out there. We're finding like different creatures all the time. We're different kind of evidence from And my phone goes off again. Oh, somebody liked to share. But I believe in all that. Totally believe in all that. I'm not going to knock anything. Anybody in the paranormal field should believe in it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of stuff, so I definitely agree. Like, it's not hard to say, hey, that's real for us. Like when you experience what we experience. So what is your how the hell did that happen moment, like in any investigation?
Let's see. Well, I got married for the third time. That was my big how the hell did that happen moment. But no, I think probably one of the biggest ones. Oh, the biggest ones was probably at the Conjuring House. We were actually, I was invited by Stormy Daniels and Justin Luke from the Spooky Babes Paranormal Show. And we went up there, we went filming, and there was so much stuff that happened there. I couldn't explain. Been doing it 20 years. One part was we were in the basement. We were where the well is, and they had a boards that was covering up the well. Well, Storm went into the sensory deprivation, technique. She's sitting there talking. There's a REM pod probably about 6 feet away from her. It's about 6 feet away from the well. Open up the board to the well. You can see down there is nice and clear water. Well, she goes through that probably about 30, 45 minutes, an hour or something like that into it. Justin reaches over there and he pulls her out of it. And whenever she's standing up, next thing you know, this freaking REM pod for no reason just starts going off. Wow. And Storm was like, something's coming up that well. And my first reaction, I look over at the well, and as soon as I kick the board to cover the well back up, REM pod stops.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was something definitely to look at. I mean, before that, we were seeing, me and Justin were seeing in the basement a shadow person looking back and forth. But, I mean, that would definitely be, hey, what's going on, Eric? How you doing, brother? That would be one of the, what the hell moments. I had plenty of them out there, especially the attachments that I've had over the years. Actually, one of the stories was on Paranormal 911 on Travel Channel. That was, and also Kuhn Hospital on Haunted Hospitals. I mean, that was probably the ones that really stand out, that really actually freaked the hell out of me.
Okay, so can you tell me about your connection to the old Kuhn Memorial Hospital in Vicksburg, Mississippi?
Yeah, Kuhn was an intense. Oh, Wes is on. Hey, Wes, how you doing, brother?
Happy birthday, Wes.
Yep. Happy birthday. Oh no, not that. Shannon Rogers. Oh, okay, here we go. It's about to start. But Kuhn, I was caretaker at Kuhn Hospital for about 6 years, and very intense location, very haunted. There's multiple non-human spirits there, which actually Zach picked up whenever he came down. Zach and Aaron got some cool evidence there. TWC, whenever they came film Ghost Asylum, they got some cool evidence. It got to where on my end I got obsessed with it, and it got real bad. I'm not going to go into details about it on the show because it's a long story, but I mean, you just have to see it on Haunted Hospitals. It's I think it's called Obsession. Yeah. And you can hear that story about that. But Kuhn Hospital, it was definitely an intense place, and they eventually tore it down. There was an incident that happened there around that time, and I'm glad they tore it down. Just put it that way. I don't want to get deep detail into it.
If you don't want to talk about it, we're not talking about it. So
just Google it. You'll see it.
No, I Googled it. That's why I knew the question.
Yeah, and you know why I don't want to talk about it.
How were you approached about being on the cover of G Hunter magazine?
John. Yeah, John ended up hitting me up, and also me being West Coast director of Sasquatch Files, and he was like, "Hey, look, I see you're doing this and doing that. Hey, you want to be out there?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. It's not a big deal, man." He put it out there, and it was a real good write up. Him and I forgot the lady's name that actually interviewed me, but yeah, that's how it came about. What'd you say, Eric? Oh, Old Southern Funeral Home. Heck yeah, man. That place is amazing. Donald Martin and Rebecca, they are freaking awesome. That is definitely a place to check out. Beth Allen now on here now. I think we broke David. Yes, I am broke by Beth. Oh, Ricky's on. Oh, and of course he spelled my name wrong. What's going on, Ricky? That's how Ricky talks. So, but yeah. I was talking about Old Southern. Yeah, Old Southern Funeral Home's a real good location. A lot of activity there.
And where is that at?
Oh, it's in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Gotcha. It's a real small town, but it has a lot of rich history to it. So, definitely some good, cool place to, check out. And oh, a matter of fact, they also got the Italic County Jail too, which is part of the. If you decide to, rent it out, you can also rent the jail out, which is real freaking cheap. So,
Nice, nice. Send me those links. I'll check them out.
oh yeah,
See
absolutely.
if I can get them on the show.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to go to the haunted locations portion. Unfortunately, we had a cancellation with the managers that run it, but I have my very good friend Jerri here to fill in. She's investigated it before, so take a look at Shauna and Shane's video. Very cool video.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was awesome. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Shauna put that together for me, but unfortunately she had to cancel. She had something come up. So Jerri, tell us about Nazareth Hospital.
My first impression was it was so hot. It was in the summertime in Texas. There's no AC. So it was hot and climbing. There's 9 stories to it. Each level has a different story. Each level has a different feel. Me personally, whenever I went, I didn't really experience anything. I didn't catch anything on camera. And I think it was just really polluted because whenever I went, it was an event and there was like 6 or 7 different teams all over the place. But in like the pictures and the video that I caught that could have been orbs, it was really hard not to differentiate because there's dust. It's an old abandoned building and that's the feel of it. It is raw. They did a fantastic job with, staging the rooms and the levels, and it feels authentic. The crematorium was the creepiest one area that I was in. You could actually smell the death that was in that room. It was crazy.
So what was like? How do you book? How would I book if I decided to go there?
They have a Facebook page, Old Nazarene Hospital, and you can go to, and they have a link to their website. I've got it pulled up on my phone, but that's usually how I find everything is through their Facebook. And they have all the events listed, what the pricing is. You can order online. You can find out more information about the history of the hospital, experiences. Oh, yeah, good. I'm not the only crazy one.
Yep, Shannon. Yeah.
And Shauna is awesome. She is so upbeat and so
Yes,
awesome.
yeah, I like her. Yeah, I probably got in touch with her about a year ago, like right whenever I guess she took it over or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not quite a year, maybe about 7 months now.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, she's got good energy. I love people with good
oh,
energy.
who does? She has great energy.
Yeah, she is an awesome person. I actually talked to her today about it being on March 12th that we're doing with Spooky Babes. So
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was a different experience for me. Whenever I left, I just had this really overwhelming urge of rage and anger, to the point where, Emma, we're talking about Old Nazarene Hospital in Mineral Wells, Texas. But the event wasn't over till I think 2 a.m. and I ended up leaving at 1 because I was like so enraged. I was ready to punch somebody.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that feeling.
And it could be the way, because like you go to a place where there's so many people, it does frustrate you because you just know everything you're working for is just pointless. Everything's going to be contaminated. So
Yeah, and I did.
Or it could go the other way. It could be something that's kind of latching onto you, draining you too. So I've had both happen.
Yep.
And there's one floor where there's reports of a nun that doesn't like people with tattoos, and she will attack them. And I went in specifically knowing that and showed off all of my tattoos. I have 7 of them, just to provoke that. Nothing happened. But that's okay. I'm going back.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, David, go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I mean, we all know it's like hit and miss.
It is.
Yeah, it's like any location you go to. I mean, it's hit and miss. It's like, fishing. You throw out a line, you reel it in, you never know what you're going to catch. So, and that, like you said, that Jerry, you said you're going back. So you never know whenever you're going to catch something. So
yeah, I mean, I've been to Hill House in Mineral Wells twice and had 2 completely different experiences. Both times. The second time I went, I was actually scratched.
Yeah, and I've done that where people said that they've gone to a location I've been to. It's been super active when I've been there, and most locations aren't because I'm not in tuned. I guess I don't know, but I get very bare minimum experiences, but I've gotten like Green Duck. I've gotten a lot of activity when we went there, and I had people say, "Man, I felt nothing there," but it was crazy when we went. So all about timing and all about the different days. It could have been overwhelming for the spirits that day because there's too many people in there.
Exactly. And there were mediums and they were having seances and it was just all over the place. So I wasn't really upset that I didn't experience anything or catch anything, but I want to go back.
Well, it's also too, some certain spirits attached, well, not really attached, but just a theory is that if there's somebody in the group or in, wherever you're at, I mean, they relate to, and that's the person who they talk to. I mean, it's just a theory. Like if I go into a locations, I get cussed out every damn time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do. But the buttholes, they relate to me, and I don't know why they did. Well, maybe that's a sign, but they relate to me, and like they relate to whoever they can connect with. Put it that way.
Yeah, no, and that's totally understandable because it's all about energy. Whenever someone or something connects to you, they connect to your energy, and that's why people get so drained.
So, Jerri, tell me about some of the spirits there, like Vern, the ghost on the stairwell.
There's reports of a ghost on the stairwell that will trip you, and the spot where he likes to trip people is actually marked with tape. And so you can avoid that step, or you can try it. There's, like I said, the report of the nun, the abortion wing. That one was no. That's a lot of trauma and a lot of hurt in that wing. Let's see.
So what about the sanitarium? They leave people down there to see how long they can last. Have you done that?
No. Whenever I went, they were actually preparing for the first Halloween event, and they were converting the basement to a haunted house. So they took us through it just to show off the different areas, and it's like little rooms all up and down the hallway on both sides. But they, no one really investigated there. There was 9 floors and a crematorium to investigate.
So tell me about the event that you have coming up on the.
I am part of a new branch off of North Shore Paranormal, the Texas chapter. Woo, woo. Yeah, call out. And Nazarene Hospital is having an event on February 27th, and it's a Paranormal 101. And it's a tour and, beginners, people who have never done it before, novices who, like me, who have a little bit of experience. They get the tour, they get to investigate. The company that's hosting it is, and I feel so horrible because I don't remember their name. They're the ones that had a lot of the clips in there. Gotcha. But they're hosting it and doing a tour and a walk, and you can investigate on your own, or you can go with a group. There's one section, like that video said, that is not recommended to do by yourself simply for safety reasons, because there is a history of people becoming physically ill, like heart attack, physically ill. So for safety reasons, it's best to have somebody with you, so in case something does happen. And Shauna is a registered nurse, by the way.
Nice. That's good to have. Very good.
Just throwing that out there.
So we're good.
There is electricity in there, but like I said, the only airflow is from the broken windows that are there, some of the windows that are stuck open. So if you do get overheated, I know it's going to be cold, but climbing stairs and everything, you can cool off at the windows.
So David, have you ever been there?
No, I have not been there. First one is going to be, like I said, March 12th. But we are going again. Oh my gosh, I went blank. We're going in March, April. I got so much stuff going on. April. We're going there in April. Yeah. We're going back there in April. We got like 5 paranormal teams that are coming in. That's going to investigate with us. So I mean, basically,
there's plenty of room for them.
Oh yeah, good, because we got plenty. I mean, we got Wayward Soul Promotions. We got Jerry's gonna kill me. Valkyrie Paranormal. Okay, yeah, no, TNT Paranormal, of course, MPRI, and yeah,
North Shore Paranormal Texas chapter.
Do what now?
North Shore Paranormal Texas chapter.
I don't see why not. I mean, it's open. I mean, we still got room there, So, I mean, we're going to be there just doing live feeds, and I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to both events because I've heard so much about the hospital, and I had no idea that you were going to talk about it, and I was like, oh, cool, yay! And I lit up, and I was like, I've been waiting to investigate this place.
In the crematorium, we set up the laser grid. And something did walk across the laser grid.
Nice.
That was on the far back of the wall. And then that became a polluted area because a stray cat came in. So, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm looking forward to I hope I can get off on the 27th. I requested it off, but, that don't mean you'll automatically get it off when you work.
I hope you can, too. And honestly, I'm probably going to just book a motel room there, because I've driven from Mineral Wells to home, and it's a 45-minute drive at midnight. I don't drive well at night, so most likely I will be booking a motel room.
Okay, I'm going to bring Brian on. He's going to be talking about his own creation. Hi, Brian. What do you got there?
Every time I see that and you pop up, I'm like, Brian, come on, man. What is it's cool though, bro. Yeah, I do like it. It's cool.
Yeah, this is a narwhal, which I didn't know what a narwhal was until I came across a narwhal. But I use it in lieu of another certain device that's out there in common that is a little less affordable for some people. So I found this, and it works pretty well. And when you turn it on, it makes a couple initial noises, but it has a built-in microphone in the chest.
Oh, cool.
This is basically a trigger object of sorts, something that they can interact with, spirits and ghosts can interact with. So the only way now that it should do anything, like it shouldn't do anything that's voice activated anymore, because I disabled the microphone that comes in the chest. And I drew eyebrows on it because eyebrows are great on things, right?
Yes, they are.
And then so the only way it should interact. I didn't do anything to make it do that, but it just kind of did it anyway. We'll pretend that didn't happen. And then so it should like blow kisses at you, or at the tail end there's a button in there. I know the sounds are awful. Don't pay attention to that. But when you put it, I know what it sounds like.
Actually, that would probably be excellent in the children's wing of the hospital.
But if you leave it alone,
Exactly.
obviously things would be curious, like, what the heck is this? I know I was curious. David was curious when he saw it. He said, what the hell is that? I've taken it to quite a few haunted locations in the Midwest. And this hotel isn't haunted that I'm in, but anyway.
Were you whistling at me? I just walked off. Did you just whistle at me, Brian?
Always, brother. Always. One of the best interactions I've had with it was at Beatty Mansion in the Midwest. And we were there on a haunted rooms event, touring people around. And there's a child. Are you done? Really? There's a child spirit that has like all these toys and stuff that have been brought in to her spirit. And we found that when we placed this in that vicinity, it said things that
Your face says it all.
It said things that it's not programmed to say. It was able to manipulate the audio and make words that it doesn't say.
Oh, cool.
And, like, that's the craziest thing I've seen it do so far, other than just go off.
Yeah.
When it shouldn't.
Right. That's so cool.
After a certain amount of time, it does have an auto disable with you not interacting with it. And it'll say bye-bye or like go to sleep or whatever the hell it says. It says bye-bye, and it goes into an auto shut-off mode.
Okay, so how would somebody go about getting one of these narwhals? Like if I wanted to buy one, how would I buy one?
Well, this is a modified version that I modified with eyebrows.
Okay. So could I buy it from you?
Other good things, and electronically a little bit. But yeah, you can buy it from spectralstewart.com.
Okay.
That store should be up and running very, very soon. I've been on the run across the country and not as focused on opening my store as I should be. But
he's taking a long trip to New Orleans. He was supposed to be in New Orleans today, and he's where are you at? You were started in Florida.
I made it to Pensacola.
You're in Pensacola?
He made it like 4 hours.
I have to pee a lot. I'm sorry. Like a lot.
All right, guys.
It's all the big
So-
goals.
So, David, you got anything coming up that you want to promote?
Okay, yeah, I'll try.
You'll give David a kiss.
I know. I'm looking at it. I keep on. It's awesome though. It really is, man. Let's see. Okay, we need to interview.
I'll just go.
Oh my God! What the hell did I walk into?
All right. What would you like to promote, David?
Okay, all right. Let's see. We got Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde Ambush Museum is coming up soon. That's
I'll
in
be at that.
Yep. And we're camping out.
Jerri will be at that.
Yep. And Shannon set that up. What are you doing, Brian? Shannon set that up with the camping trip, which is freaking awesome. Ashley Storm is actually cooking for us at the museum. I think she's doing spaghetti, jambalaya, and something else. Let's see. We have Nazareth Hospital. We got that going on. That's with Spooky Babes. That's Stormy Daniels and Justin. That's going to be an event there. I think that's really about it. Just paid events, but also the Ghost Sisters do an event in June with them. I've already mentioned the other ones. That's at the Ura Shrine. And there's Shauna right there. Oh,
There she is.
awesome. Yeah, we're just talking about Nazareth, talking about the events. And that likes it. Yep. Okay. So anyway, just go to my Facebook page. I can go to David Children's Facebook page, personal page, and you'll see all the events and flyers.
All right, Jerri, what do you got coming up with your group?
Like I said, we're gonna do the Nazarene on 227. Me personally, I'm doing this weekend. I'm going back to Hill House for the third time. It's going to be awesome. And then I'm doing the Bonnie and Clyde Valentine's Day weekend. I want to set up right. I want to go to the Jefferson Hotel.
Yes.
I want to go there. I've heard a lot of really good things. Now, I can do a lot of little investigations locally because I'm in Fort Worth and we have North Side, which is Old Cowtown. I would love to do Miss Molly's. Have y'all heard of Miss Molly's?
Sure.
It is an old bordello in the stockyards, and it was actually featured on Travel Channel several times. So I definitely want to do that. I'm in the beginning stages of setting up different events. So far, that's just what I have within the next month or two.
Cool.
Nice. And what about you, Brian? What you got coming up?
I just wanted to point out that this is even creepier than you think.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to say that just for the show, it grew robot legs. Just for the show.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That is creepier. That is totally freaking.
I wanted to make sure you got a full view of that. Look.
We can sleep easy now.
No.
Of course.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for being on the show. I'll see y'all next Tuesday, 9
Thanks
p.m.
for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for the nightmares, Brian. Bye, guys.